Hello everyone, Julia Sheehan here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Today I'd like to show you how I made these cards. And the first thing we're going to need is the stamp sets, both of which come from the new catalogue that starts on the 1st of June, and that's only 3 days away now, so everyone's very excited. And the first set is In Every Season, and the second set is Varied Vases. And that set also coordinates with the Vases Builder Punch. Right, now the cardstock that we're going to use today is Very Vanilla and Bermuda Bay. Now you'll need a piece of Very Vanilla 5 7/8 of an inch by 8 1/4 inches, folded in half and burnished. A piece of Bermuda Bay measuring 5 6/8 of an inch by 4 inches. A piece of Very Vanilla cardstock measuring 5 5/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. A piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock measuring 7/8 of an inch by 2 5/8 of an inch. And a small piece of Very Vanilla measuring 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/2 inches. And then you'll just need some Very Vanilla cardstock so that we can do the vases. Now I'm just going to move these out of the way so they don't get damaged. And we're going to do the vases first. Alright, so I'm just going to use the full stamp for the vases, and that's this one here, just the plain stamp, and I'm going to do 3 of those. Such a beautiful colour, this Bermuda Bay. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm just going to set those aside to dry, because we're going to emboss them after. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is the flowers. And what I've done is I've set it up on my Stamparatus so that they're there ready to go. So I just need to get my cardstock, bring that in and embossing buddy it, and then I'm just going to line it up there. I know where I wanted it to be, and a bit of VersaMark ink on those flowers, and then we're just going to bring that down. I'm just going to give a little bit extra pressure on there just to make sure I get it, the whole thing. Okay, that should be good. So we'll just put that aside now, and I've got gold embossing powder for this, so we're just going to sprinkle that over there. And I'm going to hope that my embossing gun, actually my heat gun, works, because I had just about finished this video earlier and it died on me and I don't know why, so hopefully it will keep going. Just get it a little bit warm. There it goes. So they're done. The thing I like about doing the embossing for the flowers is it's a little bit like doing silk painting, where it tends to keep the colour in. You don't get any bleeding because you've got it contained within its own area. Now I'm going to use the new colour, Call Me Clover, for the leaves for this, and I have tried squeezing it into the lid. It just won't do it. So I've given up on that, and I'm just going to use my brush and paint it on. And then it's just a matter of really filling in those lines. It really contains the ink well. Unless, of course, human error comes into it and you go outside the lines. But there we go. Went out a little bit there, but I won't look at that. I'm not going to do all of these because I'm sure you would get quite bored watching. But just let you know what colours I've used. Now for this particular flower, I'm using the light rich raspberry and the dark rich raspberry. I'm just going to use the brush end, and with the light I will do all the areas of the flower. Just missed a little bit of green down there, I'll fix up later. Just doing this very quickly. And then with the darker one, I'm just going to put some dark on the edge of the petals, just down this way. Just like the light's coming down onto the flower. Just gives it a bit more interest too. This is very rare that you get an absolutely perfect flower. But there we go. So I used the dark and the light rich raspberry for that one. I did use real red for the rose. And I used this new one called Dark Pineapple Punch for the petals for this one. And I used the Dark Pumpkin Pie for the centre of that one, and Call Me Clover for all the green. But of course, I mean, that's entirely up to you what you'd like to do. Now, I do have one that I've already done to save you having to watch me go through all that. Now, with these that we've done, I'm just going to now use the embossing buddy and go over those. And we're going to do the patterned vase, which is this one, over two of them. I'll hopefully line these up okay, but I want to keep it in screenshot for you. There's one. Now the next one. Okay, we'll see how we went with that. Embossing powder. And the last one, I'm going to use the outline stamp. That's this one. And that's just going to go around the edge of that other vase. And hopefully I can line this one up. It's a little bit further away. I think that one's a little bit crooked, but I've got another one that I can use, so that's okay. No, I won't worry with that one. I'll use the one that I made earlier. We'll have another go at that. I'll bring it closer to me this time. I think that one's a little bit better, not a lot, but a little bit. All right. Now, let's hope this heat gun keeps going. So that one's good. There it goes. Whoop. Great. Then all we need to do is to punch them out. So I'm just going to cut that across there and across there. Put that aside and open up my punch, and hopefully I'll be able to slide this into the spot that I want it. Just a little bit of I'm a bit of a stickler for getting it in the right spot, but it's almost there. There's one. This one should just push that one out a bit. Whoops, where are we? In here. There we go. One in, one out. Just straighten this one up. There we go. And get rid of those extra bits and put our last one in. I love the gold embossing powder on the Bermuda Bay. It looks so good on it. You probably can't see it as well on the camera, but the colour is really beautiful. Alright, so we've got all that. Now the other thing I am going to do to this is I'm going to put that edging down the side like I did with this one, and that comes from this Varied Vases stamp set as well. You've either got a filled in one or an outline one. I'm going to use the outline one, so just need to grab that, and I might use a little bit more on there. VersaMark ink, and hopefully I can line this up. Just hard when you're not over the top of it as much as you want to be, but we'll see how we go. I'll go with that. I think that's okay. And some embossing powder. Here we go. And the same the other end. My poor old VersaMark ink is quite discoloured now, but that's what happens. The same this end. Hopefully I've got that straight. And again, I'll get that embossing powder on there. Okay, just brush a little bit off the edge there. And this is where the heat gun stopped working last time, so there it goes. And I really like that just down the edge of the card. I think it looks really nice. Just gently ease that back into its shape. And then I'm going to cover up my VersaMark ink, clear the decks a bit here because I tend to get into a bit of a mess. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is the sentiment, and that's this one here. And I'm going to use the one from the Varied Vases one, and it's this one, hoping your day blooms with happiness. So I think that's a nice sentiment. So we'll pop that on there. Turn it round the right way. And pop it there. Okay. There's a lot of embossing going on in this card. But, and I didn't, oh, I know what I didn't do. You all know what I didn't do too. However, it's not a problem because I did another one earlier. So we'll use that one. Okay, then I'm going to glue that down. Onto here. Just press that down. Make sure it's where it should be. And then we're going to do the vases. Now, with these vases, what I did was to put my ruler, so you can use anything you like really, and where these little red marks here, if you can see these little ones here, I lined those up with the edge of the card, and then I got my vases and lined them up with that, and I've just bumped it. Using dimensionals for those. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting a large dimensional at the bottom of the vase and a small one at the top. So we've got a large one at the bottom, a small one at the top, and then I'm going to put this one in the center, and I'll line it up with the ruler, and that gives me that spot there. Then another one, large dimensional at the bottom, small one at the top. Oh, sticky as. Peel those off. And line that up. You can probably, some of you can probably eyeball this, but I often look at something afterwards and think, that could have been more straight than what I did it. However, that's what happens. Okay, I need, I better cover that up too. Need one more big one at the bottom of that, and a small one at the top. Peel it off. Make sure I've still got that in line. There we go, and that gives my vases a good chance. Okay, then the sentiment should fit just nicely there at the bottom, which it will. And that'll go up on dimensionals as well. So I'm going to put 3 on that one. 2, 3. Probably, actually, before I stick that down, I will put that onto the Bermuda Bay, because I can put some pressure on it then. I probably should have done it before I put the vases on, but I always worry that something's going to go wrong and I don't want to waste any of it. So anyway, we sit that there. Okay, and then onto our card. Such a beautiful colour. Okay, and then that on there, just with a very small border. There we go. Again, pressing that down. It's not affecting our vases too much. They're all done, so I'm just going to sort of centre that as best I can. Pop that down there. And there's the card. So I used a thank you sentiment on this one, and the sentiment hoping your day blooms with happiness there, and thank you on the little one as well. So I mean, you can really mix it up, use all your colours, and you've got some beautiful cards there. I'm trying to make a stock of cards up for my mother, and she's not well enough to go out and buy cards anymore, and she loves to send them to her friends and family and so forth. So I want to do a stock of cards for her so she has them and she can just use what she needs. So I will give her some of these. Now, if you are watching and you like the video, would you please click the like button and share this video on Facebook, and turn on your notifications so that you'll know when I'm doing a video. And as I said last time, I'd like to try and get 2 out a week if I can. And if you're on YouTube, would you please subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing, and click the little bell so that you know when there's a new video coming up. And also thumbs up would be great, and share if you can. And there is a link to my online shop on this down the bottom for further information or anything you'd like to know. I would be happy to help you out, or if you would like to be a customer, love to have you as a customer. But anyway, many thanks for watching the video today, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Bye for now.